What's up? What's up? What's up? We got a few. We're gonna wait for a few people to come in here. We're gonna wait for a few people to come in here. Get the chat up so I can see all the people when they come in here. Okay, okay, okay. I ain't gonna hold you. This look nice. This look nice. This look nice.
That melanin.
So yeah, that's what it is, huh? I got a little filter on top of it too. I got a little filter on top of it, but you glowing.
Mm-hmm. Skincare.
You glowing. That's what that $1 million business look like. That's what it look like. That's what it look like. So, for anybody wondering what's going on, this is my second time on live, but you put a battery in my back now.
I try.
So now you got me wanting to go live, multiple times now, because you like, what's stopping you, So, everybody that's on here, you see the people coming in, they starting to, hold on, move their messages to the side. So we see the people coming in. Listen, y'all, today's live is going to be about that money. Today's live is going to be about that money, but not so much about the numerical itself, but more so about like what it takes to create that, what it takes to get that in your life. So I've known, this is tequila right here. This
hey,
tequila.
y'all.
I've known tequila since I was a baby. Tequila gave me my first job.
That's right.
She gave me my first job. And you may say, okay, Sticks, but why we here? Because I've watched Tequila create so much success in her life and work so hard. Like we lived in the same house, y'all.
Yeah.
In the same house. So it seemed like we understand each other. We understand the drive. You feel me? So we're going to talk about how she's managed to create so much success in her business. For all my people out here, we know, the market don't look too good. Maybe the financial not looking too good. So it's like, so what do we do? She's going to tell you about the mindset. So first, I just want you to go ahead and just introduce yourself, Tequila. A lot of people going to watch this, girl. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning to a lifelong legacy. I know she said, listen, she said she did not want to be on front of the camera, yet she is in front of the camera.
Yeah, because I don't do this.
So, but we was talking, and when we were talking, I really felt like Tequila was starting to put a battery in my back and was starting to really teach me about things that I needed to hear. And I was like, y'all got to hear this. So y'all niggas need to show some gratitude, because we was having a conversation and I thought about y'all. I said, y'all need to hear this, okay? So Tequila, go ahead, introduce yourself. Let them know where this started. Where did your work ethic come from? Did you always have this? Did you have a parent that kind of showed you this? So go ahead and start off with that.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Well, I'm Tequila. Ori is like a sister to me. You know what I'm saying? We go way back, like way, way back. She done broke down the history. But, for the most part, I feel like life has always been life to me. I feel like if you don't go out there and get it, you're never going to be successful. So I felt like I just had that. I don't even know if it was properly instilled in me. I just felt like that was just something I just seen, that I didn't want to be the same statistics that everybody, you didn't make it. You got to go to college, but I don't want to go to college. I'm going to go to college because they want me to go to college. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I lived a life where I either had to get up and work or be out here just doing whatever. You get what I'm saying? So it was like you either got to go to school or you're going to go to work and you're going to make sure you got a roof over your head. So I had to pick the way of, making sure I had a roof over my head. I've been working since God knows how long. And don't get me wrong, like, I love working. I love getting up every day just saying, hey, I'm working for somebody. But you get up at a point in your life where you feel like, I don't want to do that no more. Like, I got to get up and clock in on somebody else's clock. I can't be late. I got to be there a certain time. I got to ask for time off. I got to do this. It just comes with so much when you're working for somebody. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate all the jobs I had because they got me to where I am. And I was able to learn from them. I learned so much for working for somebody that it's just like, I'm to the point where it's like, I don't need to work for nobody else because now I know what it is to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Or to come from nothing. And I'm not saying I got all the money in the world, but I've worked to where I'm not going on nobody else's job. You know what I'm saying? And every day I live comfortably. and I'm just happy. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I started working young. I started working at Winn-Dixie. You know what I'm saying? And that was when minimum wage was like, what, $7?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like we was making pennies to dollars. And from then I knew I just had to get up and I had to make a difference, because I was literally walking to work, catching a bus, getting off late at night from 12 o'clock, walking all the way from 441 all the way to 179th Street and Ives Dairy. It was like too ghetto. It was terrible. And it just taught me that I don't want to be, I wouldn't say how my parents, but I wouldn't be how I was raised. I don't want to live that same lifestyle where I'm living from check to check, where I'm trying to make it. I'm just trying to make $1 in order just to keep my head above water. It taught me that this is just a stepping stone. You got to start somewhere. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody starts somewhere. Nobody just wakes up every day and just say, hey, I got $1 million in the bank and I just woke up like that. You know what I'm saying? It comes with hard work, dedication. It got to be something instilled in you. And it can't be something that somebody's going to give you, because nobody can make you who you are. It got to be instilled in you that you want better for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
So would you say it's either you got it or you don't got it? Would you say that? Do you feel like somebody can learn to hustle, or what would you say about that?
I honestly feel like you got it or you don't. That's how I feel about it. Damn. And the only reason I say it is because I can't teach you to want more for yourself. I can never teach nobody. If you don't see the potential in yourself, it's no way somebody else could come here and sit next to you and preach to you and say, hey, you're better than this. You deserve this. If you don't see it in yourself, then nobody can tell you that they see better for you. I need you to do. I mean, you could sit in a class. It's people who've been in college for years and years and years, and the professor's been teaching them to do this. This is what you're going to get out of it. And they're making enough to get by. I done sat in your class for 6+ years and I'm barely making it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like somebody could tell you all day, do this to be better. But
what were some of the jobs that you worked? Let me just make sure everybody can hear me. So what were some of the jobs that you worked that built up this knowledge that you have and this wisdom that you have now?
Honestly, I would say the job that built me to this character would be Wendys. And it's crazy.
That's when she gave me the job.
It's crazy because I was a general manager at 20 years old. So it was like.
You was 20?
20. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I ain't tell my age now, but you know what I'm saying? I was 20 at a general manager. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, and it was crazy because I stopped working at Winn-Dixie and I automatically started working at Wendy's. I was a sandwich maker. I was making sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? I was making sandwiches.
Hold on. I hope y'all listening to this, because y'all out here bashing yourselves for having a job. Y'all out here bashing yourselves. This is where you got to start. You heard what she said? She said these jobs taught her. You got to understand. Sometimes you got to let them run the game on you so you can learn.
You can learn it.
You feel me? So go ahead. So you talk about Wendy's sandwich maker.
I was Wendy's, so sandwich maker. And I was just like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, you know what? At this point, I want to go to college. I want to get a degree. I wanted to be a social worker. So I didn't have that backbone that's pushed me to say, go to school. But, that's what everybody wants everybody to do. Go to school, get a degree, make something out yourself. That's not it. If you want something different, you got to be something different. That's just all it is.
Hold on. Hit that one time. All right. Thank you. Say that one more time.
If you want something different, you got to be something different. That's just what it is. It's crazy because, like I said, I was a sandwich maker, and I'm trying to figure out, like, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to school, get all these grants, get all these loans, because they say your parents or your guardians make a certain amount of money, and you can't qualify for this, you can't qualify for that. I took out loans. I did anything I need to do because I didn't have nobody to say, you know what, I signed myself up for college. And I said, you know what, I'm going to do college, and I'm going to work at the same time. I worked at Wendy's. I was the best sandwich maker. I was the best. I made them sandwiches. You get what I'm saying? So it was a lady who worked there, and she was a young girl. Her name was Angel. And she was my general manager. And I remember Angel to this day because she was young. And I'm like, what's this young girl doing running a whole operation like this? And she's a GM. And I'm just thinking about it, man, I can make some more money. I'm sitting here making sandwiches. Let me see if I could try to get her position. I stuck next to her like it was needle and thread.
Wait, hold on. You said you said you wanted her position. So what you did?
I stuck next to her like needle and thread. She taught me any and everything I needed to know until it was to the point where I outgrown that store. It was like,
so you already started to learn about mentorship.
That's it. She was like, to this day, and I mean, I used to be able to call her for anything, and it was crazy because me and her were like in the same. She was probably 22, I was 20, so it was like, okay, Angel, I need something different. This little 725 ain't working. So she was like, Tequila, I'm gonna work with you. I'm gonna work. She trained me. And you know what? I was okay with being trained and not in a position. Cause I say I'm gonna learn more being trained and still being able to come in here, live my regular life, go to college, try to make extra dollars. I'm gonna still be okay. So I stuck with Angel and she taught me the game. She taught me everything she knew about Wendys. So until they promoted me to shift manager, I made shift manager. I was okay with it. Then next thing I knew, I made assistant manager, and at that point, I had to step away. I couldn't stay in that location no more because...
Wait, were you still in college at this time?
I was still in college at this time. So I'm still working. I'm working. My schedule was 7 to 5, and after 5, I had night classes. I had them classes that you do 3 hours in one day because I'm trying to knock it out. So I'm getting out of school at 9 o'clock at night. Damn. So I'm like...
So you really was like... Did you have friends at this time? Like...
You know what's crazy? I had friends and I had close friends. And I think the more I grew in life, I lost a lot of friends. You get what I'm saying? But I stuck close to the people that meant the most to me. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time when you elevate in life, you lose a lot of people attached to you. Ooh. But it's nothing against it. It's just that I'm trying to get to a new level. And in order for me to get to that next level, sometimes you got to step away. I'm not stepping away for good, but I got to step away until I get where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So at the same time, doing school and working, it was hard, but it was manageable. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It was like no sleep, but at the end of the day, you're going to get something out of it. So at that point, I had changed stores. I was like all the way in Sunrise working at a store.
Hold on, keep going. I'm going to get you some water.
Oh, yeah, girl, fill me up.
Go ahead, I got you. Go ahead. Finish.
So once I moved to Sunrise, I worked at that location for a little while, and I learned the game, and I hated it. And at that point, I was like, am I second guessing myself? Do I really want to do this? And I was like ready to quit. Because you got to remember, when you're in these type of positions, you're working with people you don't know. Mm-hmm. You don't know what you're going to run into. It's just always something. You know what I'm saying? So I did the position, and probably 3 months later, I realized they came to me, they talked to me about getting a new store.
Oh, is that your phone?
I think it is. It's over there somewhere.
Oh, hold on. Go ahead.
So they talked to me about another position. So I was like, sure, it sounds dope. I'm going to try it, see where it goes. So I did it for a little while, and they was like, well, hey, we got another opportunity for you. And I was like, okay, let's see where this opportunity going to take me. More money? That's all I'm thinking about. I make more money.
Are you still in school?
I'm still in school at this point, and I'm still making it. So I'm like, okay. So at that point, they offered me a general manager position. Mm-hmm. But it was for a brand new store. So I'm thinking, I'm going to do big. I'm going to go to a big store, and I'm thinking about to do big. When they tell me the store I'm taking over a store inside a mall. A brand new store.
Wendys.
A Wendys they built inside Broward Mall. That was their first time ever building it. So it was a brand new location. I say, okay, I'm looking for a challenge because I'm always trying to find a challenge. Mm-hmm. So when I get there, I see that it's nothing but a 12 by 12 store.
So you like, damn, they didn't even get a real store.
They didn't even get a real store. You put me in the mall. This ain't no store. That was the most challenging store I ever ran. And the reason I said it was the most challenging, because you make the less money. So you work harder. Food costs was high. Labor was high. If you drop the fry on the ground, it costs.
Are you serious?
Because you think about it, you don't have no real money because you're not making no money. So I can't pay you $8 an hour, and my average ticket is only $7. I'm losing. So I can't afford to lose no money. So I'm like, but this store taught me how to manage money. And the reason I said that, because I couldn't overorder. I couldn't overdo this.
Y'all heard that, right? She said one of her past jobs taught her how to manage money.
And it's crazy because you would say, how with fast food? It taught me everything I need to know, because the little bit of money we were making a week, probably $15,000 a week, we thinking that's real money, and in reality, it's no money. You got managers on salary, you got managers getting paid hourly, and basically I'm cutting every corner I can in order to make, revenue at the end of the week. After that, long story short, I worked there for a little while, and then it was just overwhelming because I was working more than I needed to work. And then
so now you at that point where you like, this not giving.
This ain't giving.
The equation. So this
the math ain't mathing.
So this is the point that a lot of y'all are at in the rat race where you like, hold on, I keep going round and round and round. So what did you do then? At
this point, I was like, I gotta do school, I gotta work. Now, general manager is different because you on call all day, every day. When you think it's time to get a little rest, they calling you, something wrong. The store ain't closed, store ain't clean. It's like you really working more than you need to work, and you making. And the worst thing was being on salary. Because guess what? I could work 100 hours a week, and I'm only getting paid for 50. But that comes with the territory. It comes with the territory.
Damn, because now think about it. That honestly teaches us about what it's like to run a company.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you don't get paid hourly no more.
Salary, baby. And that salary was a salary. Because you was working more than you was actually making. So it's like, man, I could have stayed a hourly manager and probably brought home more than I'm bringing home now. But it was just the fact that I had the responsibility because at this point, I wanted to go up. So at this point, I'm trying to connect with whoever I could connect with. I connected with a district manager named Julio Hernandez, one of the best guys I've ever met in my life. Julio taught me so many ins and out of the business, and I told him I needed more. I felt like I wasn't growing enough at this location because at this point, I done mastered what it is food costs. I done mastered everything I needed to master at this store. I need more. So he was like, well, we don't have anything better right now. So I was like, well, I need more because I can't do this store. Probably a month later, he called me. He said, Tequila, we got an opportunity for you. And you want to know where it's at? I say, I don't even care. As long as it's better than this store, I need something different.
So you was constantly inching your way up. But how much time did it take between these? Was these like months? Was this like a year between?
These was literally months. Months that it just started, life just started just getting better and better. Opportunities just kept opening. And in life, I feel like it's not what you know, it's who you know. At the end of the day, you can connect with a lot of people in this world, but if you don't keep connections with people that's going to help you elevate in life, the connections are dead. You got to know certain people to get to certain places. Point blank, period. I don't care how you want to put it, promotions and all of this. You got to kiss a little ass to get where you want to go. Damn. That's just what it is. You know?
You think that's just what it is?
That's what it is. Honestly, I mean, sometimes you got to sit in rooms with people that you don't even like in order to just say, you know what, I'm going to be the bigger person because I know I can get something out of this. That's just what it is. I sat in a lot of rooms with a lot of people I just did not like, but I knew that something good was going to come out this. So I said, I'll sit here and I'm going to listen, but something got to come. So soon Julio, I said, I need a better store. Julio called me and he's like, we got a better store for you. I said, sure. Lord behold, guess whose store I took over? I took over the store I started at as a sandwich maker.
Damn!
I took angel position. Angel,
you manifested it.
I took angel position. I was like, Angel, I need your job. I'm not gonna sit around. I took angel position. So it was so crazy. Angel called me. She's like, yeah, I'm moving on to another store. And I was like, you sure? Because they telling me I'm taking your store. She's like, yeah, I know. I told her you'll be the best fit. And it was crazy. I ran one of the number one stores in the market only because I started there. I knew how that store ran from the inside to the outside. It was very hard. It was a high demand store, but being able to go to so many different stores and transition and talk to so many different people, I gained so many connections with people that I needed because it's harder than it may seem. You walking into this and you managing people, you're hiring, you're firing, you're doing so much, and then you're still in a position because when I'm shorthanded, guess what? I got to jump in and I got to make it work.
Yeah.
Long story short, me and Angel, we kept connected. I took over her store. We made one of the top stores, became a training store, and it's just Julio, he just kept pushing me. And it just made it so much better because I grew in the company and it was awesome until it was time to leave.
So that's one thing that I think is so beautiful. You started in a company. All of the success that you was having, you still had a boss at this time.
Yeah.
You still had a boss, but the thing about it is that you allowed yourself to learn the game.
Yeah.
And then when you was ready, you took over.
Yeah.
Somebody said, what is your advice about being impatient?
I'm very impatient, but I know how to sit back and just hold my tongue and be like, you know what? Sometimes you situations, you don't have to always react. And when you're impatient, that comes with a lot of that's instilled in you. You know what I'm saying? Because you had to have a grow up where it was a lot of people that just showed that, hey, they wanted it done right then and there. Now. Everything's not gonna happen now. I'm just gonna tell you, it's never gonna happen now. You got to take time. Things take time to happen. If I would have thought this place I'm in now, I would have been a couple of years ago. Never, ever. Patience. It's all about patience. You got to be able to sit back and say, you know what? It may not happen when I want it, but it's going to happen. And it comes with dedication. A lot of people, they think that they get into something and they don't want to be dedicated to it. You got to be dedicated, because if you're comfortable, if I was comfortable being a sandwich maker, I would be a sandwich maker till today. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people. It's crazy. I went by my old store today when I just got in town today.
Shit.
And the guy who's running my store he ran another store in the company. Now he's running my store. He called me 2 months ago and he was like, I'm taking over your old store. I need help on how to run this store. I can't tell you how to run it now, because when I was running and you running, it's two different. But it's crazy. It's people working in that store today that was there 6-8 years ago.
No.
Promise. Working the same positions. She came around the corner and she was like, Tequila. And I was like, Darlene, I can't believe you still here. She said, I'm here. But she's there, but she's an older lady. So, that's just something to keep her busy. But at the same time,
damn, I feel you.
Different. If you want something different, you got to shoot for it. You know what I'm saying?
So you ended up, you know what I'm saying, moving from South Florida to somewhere else. Anybody could feel good about that and feel comfortable. Like, let me make sure y'all can hear me. Anybody can feel like I had the biggest store. I'm the manager. Like, anybody can get comfortable right there. What made you say, no, I want more? You don't gotta go too in depth. You could talk about maybe something hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the case is, or maybe you got fired. Who knows? Let these people know what made you leave where you was already starting to see a bit of success at only 20 years old.
I'm gonna honestly say what made me leave. It's crazy because a lot of things happened, but it was just something that said, you know what, you need something different. Ooh. And it was just a lot of things that happened. I would say personal things in life. It was just like, I don't want to wake up every day and still have to remember what this city brought me. I had a lot of pain and everything in this city. So it's just like waking up every day and just remembering what was here. And you know what I'm saying? It's hard. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a lot of family here at that time. Like my grandma and stuff, they were here, but it was like immediate family. My mama stayed in another state. My daddy stayed probably in Broward County, so kind of far. So I was basically here trying to man hustle it myself. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I got to do something different. It just caused me to say, you know what? I need to try something different. And just like you said, I put something in your ear. My best friend called me one day and she was like,
wait, come on a little bit. Come on. Yeah. Yep.
So my best friend called me one day and she was like, friend, what's going on? Because that's who I talked to about everything. So she knew everything that was going on. And she was like, she's I'm getting ready to buy my house, and I'm so happy. I'm always happy for my friends to elevate in life. You know what I'm saying? Curious. So it made me be like, well, what am I doing? Because I don't have no kids. I'm here by myself. What am I doing that's not causing me to get to the next level in life? Am I content with just getting up every day, hiring and firing people at Wendys? I'm over this. I'm over the job. The job itself is just been like, it's repetitive. I need something more challenging. So she was like, you should come up here and try something different. I said, okay. And at that point, I was just like, I don't got no kids. Let me just get up and go while the opportunity is here. I don't have nothing to lose. I could just get up and start a new life somewhere, and it could be perfectly fine. So I literally packed my car up. I sold whatever furniture I had. I sold it on Facebook Marketplace, Let Go. I just sold everything. And whatever I took, I fit in my Nissan Sentra. I had a Nissan Sentra, a little car, looked like a little egg. I packed it up to the max. I mean, from the rooter to the tutor, packed it up, got in my car, and I drove. And I was like, I'm coming. And my best friend was like, open arms. Like, you can come stay with me. And I was like, let's do it.
So when you went there, so when you moved to your new city, did you go to Wendys or did you?
That's perfect. The crazy thing about it is I vacationed in South Carolina before I actually moved. My best friend invited me one time to go to Myrtle Beach for her birthday, and I was like, oh, for my birthday, and I was like, okay, let me go. So I went up there and I went into Wendy's. And being from Wendy's, you critique a lot of things. When you walk into the store, like I'm big on customer service, and it's like I walked in the store and I was like, let me get some Wendy's. So I ordered some food and the customer service sucked. I was like, who's running this store? And I was just thinking to myself, and I see a guy sitting in the lobby with a suit on, so I know he got to be somebody important. He's sitting in the lobby with a suit. So I was like, y'all got a manager here? Because I'm going to ask for the manager. I don't care what, I'm asking for the manager. Because they do it to me, so I'm going somewhere else. I'm going to ask for the manager. Can I have, yeah, I'm here. So they was like, he's not here right now, but we have our district manager. Perfect person I need to talk to. So I was like, I showed him the food. I was like, this is not presentable. And you know what's crazy? A lot of people don't know. I actually, when you go to Wendy's and you look at the number 1, number 2 combos on the menu board.
What you about to say?
I actually took the pictures for the menus of Wendy's, the corporate Wendy's. So to make the Wendy's actual board, when you pull up, you see the number 1 single. I had to actually make the burgers so they can come in and take the pictures to put it on the menus all over. Oh, shit. So it was like, I'm real big on presentation. I want the sandwich to look just like the picture. So I was like, look at this sandwich. So
hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Do y'all see the level? She Virgo. She a Virgo. I ain't gonna hold you. She a Virgo.
Yeah.
And she's a Ford life path, but do y'all see the intricate level that she's putting into her work? Even if it's not the business yet. How you do anything is how you do everything. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
So go ahead.
So I was talking to him and I was like, and he was like, talking to me and he was like, you must be know a lot because you don't know who you ever talking to. So he was like, you work for Wendy's? I said, yeah, I got a training store. So when they hear training store, they already know you hierarchy. You up there. Like, oh, because you got so many people that come watch you every day. They watch you every day just to see how you run an operation.
So your store is what trained the other stores?
Train other stores. So they will come to your store to train them and send them to new stores that they develop. So he already knew, oh, you know something. So I was like, yeah, I work back home. And he was like, okay. He was like, well, if you ever need a job, come talk to me. And I was like, I'm not moving here. So this happened prior to me ever even deciding to move. So I was like, okay. I came back to South Carolina again for another vacation just to come. And I went into a Wendy's, and lo and behold, I seen the same exact man. And I said, this must be a sign to move. So he was like, you moving yet? And I was like, no, I'm not moving yet. He was like, you still got my card? I said, yeah, I still got your card. So before I decided to sit in my mind and say I'm going to move to South Carolina, after my best friend had offered me the opportunity, I called him. And he was like, well, come up here and for an interview. Mm-hmm. So I came up there. I did a turn and burn for a little quick interview, did the interview, got the interview. And let me tell you the crazy part about it. I tried to smoke one day, right? So trying to be young, dumb, trying shit. So I smoked. I was on vacation. I was just smoke before the interview. I didn't think about it. Smoked before the interview. Got to the interview, did a perfect job at the interview. But down here in Florida, you don't do drug tests. Up there, you do drug tests. So I'm like, he was like, oh, you just go ahead and do the drug test, and then we'll go ahead and see your paperwork, and then we'll go ahead and set up your orientation. So that's when I was starting to plan to move. And I'm in my head, after this interview, I'm like, I got to go do a drug test. And I just smoked for the first time in my life. So he was like, you crazy. And I'm like, I'm not going to take a drug test because I'm going to fail. Something just told me, girl, just drink a gallon of water. You ain't never. I did one little puff, so I'm scared for a little puff. So I drank a gallon of water. The next day, I went and I took the drug test. Passed the drug test with flying colors. I don't smoke. Don't do drugs. But anyway, he ended up calling me and saying, hey, we got a job offer for you, blah, 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 blah. This is your start date. And at that time, it was right after my birthday. So I celebrated my last birthday in Florida. And then I left, literally woke up the next day and I left. On September 12th, I left.
A day after your birthday?
Day after my birthday, I left. And I moved to South Carolina, wonderful thing. I worked at Wendy's up there. I did some training for like couple of months in Charlotte because it was different systems. It was awesome. I loved it. But for the most part, I worked at Wendy's, and that was my go-to. They gave me a brand new store.
Now we about to get into the good stuff. Okay, now we about to get into the real good stuff. She had to give you the storyline to tell you where she come from So you understand this not somebody that just who got a business. Like, no. This is someone who's been working hard, and you gotta understand that sometimes when you ask for something or when you want something, God is building you up for that. So all of these scenarios that a lot of y'all be like, why am I here? Why am I here? You don't even realize that they building you up. So now, like I said, you see the title, How to Run a $1 Million Business. I wouldn't put that as the title if that's not facts. You get what I'm saying? She understands success. She understands hustle. Like, she even inspiring me and putting me on the game about shit. So, my next question for you is, when did you decide, okay, like, first of all, tell them what your business is and then get into how that started.
Okay. So, right now, I sell luxury hair units. Wigs, as you can see, shop the brand. But it's crazy because it's just crazy. I sell hair, and how I got into it was I met a person that you move into a city, so you're trying to figure out who's gonna do your hair, where you're gonna go do this, where you're gonna shop, things of that sort. So I actually met a person that sold hair, and talking to him and buying hair from him, being a customer. I was just a customer trying to get hair, and meeting people in certain circles. You
in your new city now.
I'm in a new city, so I'm trying to figure it out. And my best friend at that point, she decided to open up a business called Glam Factory. Look at it on Instagram. It's called My Glam Factory. It's a boutique that sells women clothing, and she was selling hair. She was selling everything, and certain stores, you try to sell certain things that's going to grasp your attention. And she wanted to sell hair in the store, but hair wasn't her thing. Clothes was her thing. So it was like she was trying to tap into another world that wasn't her world. Clothing was more of her get-to type of thing. So she was selling clothes. She was selling hair. So she eventually stopped selling the hair, and we met a certain guy in South Carolina named Ronnie, and he sold hair. So we used
Network connections.
It's who you know. We started buying hair from him, and he was just our go-to person to buy hair. So I still was working at the post office, and I was working at Wendys.
Wait, you was working at Wendys or the post office?
Wendys. We didn't even get to the post office yet. Okay. So I was working at Wendys at the same time, and still, just meeting people. I don't socialize a lot, so the most people I met was through my best friend, because she's a Sagittarius. She talks way more, and she's more friendly than I. Way more.
What's her birthday? You know her birthday?
December 10th.
So she aggressive. She
yeah.
She like to drink.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She if she ever got in trouble, it's because she was drinking.
She was drinking. That's crazy.
Numerology. Okay, keep going.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Okay, so
never seen her before. Never. I've never met her.
Never.
Tell me, go ahead.
That's crazy, but yeah. So we was meeting a lot of people, just meeting people. I was still working at Wendys. Wendys became stressful. Long story short, I was sick of it. I mean, going to a new city is different people. Back home,
wait, hold on. So you went to a new city, but you was doing something that was old still.
Yeah.
Did you feel that in your spirit? Did you feel like that was the only thing out of alignment now that you moved to this new city?
Definitely. And I felt like I had to switch who I was just a little bit in order to adapt to that city. Because the way I handled people back home, I can't handle them up here. They walked out on me. So I'm like, I had days where I had to close my front door, and it was like straight drive through, because the people are just a little bit, they don't care. They don't care about a job. So being from Miami, we work a little bit more. We have a little bit more in us. You know what I'm saying? We're going to work for $1. Back in South Carolina, they don't care about it. They don't care about a job. They'll go on, do whatever they got to do. So it was like I had to shift the way I carried myself in order to adapt to the people there. And I'm like, if I've got to change who I am in order to run a business, it's not going to work, because the way I've been running it has been perfectly fine. I've been making my numbers.
Say that one more time. You said if you got to what?
If I got to change who I am in order to run a business, in order to produce the numbers I need, it's not going to work for me, because it's been working for so long, and to switch it up, and it's like now I'm kissing ass in order for people to work for me. It's hard. So I eventually asked for a demotion, and I was like, I'll be an assistant manager and help somebody out, but I'm looking for another job. So one of the girls who was real close to me, she was like, well, I'll take you. I need help at my store. So I said, I'll be assistant manager at your shop. And then I was looking for another job at the same time. So at that point, the post office hit me up. I got hired at the post office, delivering mail.
Do y'all see how she's slowly but surely leveling up? And this is something that Steve Harvey said. Steve Harvey said, you asked to be a millionaire, but you went from $20,000 a year to $50,000 a year, and you still upset that you're not a millionaire. You're supposed to show gratitude for those. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
So at that point, I was saying when I got to the post office, it was really demanding because I delivered the mail. So it was more so, hey, Tanise, I had a communication with her. Put me on night shift, and I'll work day shift at the post office. I'll work night shift here to still be able to assist you, and I'll still be able, because the post office is always a dream job.
Wait. You working 2 jobs right now?
2 jobs. So I'm like, I got to do it. So I'm working nighttime to 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm turning around at 8:30 to be at the post office in the morning. So it was like I was working back to back.
Say it one more time.
So I was working from 8:30 to 5:30 at the post office. And then I would go to Wendy's from 6 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning. And 2 o'clock they closed. So we really didn't get out until about 3 o'clock in the morning. Turn back around and do the same schedule every day. At least 5 days out the week. And I would have 2 days off at Wendy's. But it was still time consuming because the post office, I wasn't a regular. So I was working more than I needed to. It became overwhelming. I'm not going to lie to you. So I eventually told one of them I had to go. So Tanise she begged me. She was like, I need you.
Hold on. How long did you do that for?
I worked at Wendy's in the post office for almost a year and a half.
How was your body? Like, how was your body?
You know, the good thing about it was I was more active because I was doing a lot of moving around. You know what I'm saying? So it was like but my sleep was terrible. Mentally, I was drained. I was like, it got to be more to life than this. But I was able to still sustain and pay bills and still live, and I was comfortable, you know? So it was like, but I needed the money. The money was the motive. Like, I need all this money because I don't know. I'm in a new city. I got bills to pay. Because at this point, I done got my own place. So I'm no longer staying with my best friend. And so I'm paying my bills. I'm working 2 jobs. So I'm like, I got to get this money by any means. So I did it for like a year and a half where it became overwhelming and I couldn't do it no more. I eventually told them I had to leave. Tanise didn't want me to leave. So then I went to work in like 3 days. And she said, whenever you can get here, you can get here. Because she just needed help. So I was just working like probably 5 hours a day, some days 4 hours, anything just to help her. And I was more focused on the post office. Eventually, Tanise ended up leaving, and that was it for me.
You was like, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. My job here is done.
So Wendy's was done, and now you was full focused on the post office now at this point.
The post office.
So how did the hair business come about while you was working at
the truck company came before the hair business.
Oh, so you started a truck company.
I started a truck company. So I dated previous truckers. So I just knew a little bit about it, but I wasn't all into it. And just my best friend, her husband drove trucks. So he gave me a lot of the little details I needed to know about the business. So it helped me so much that it was like
you was picking up game
from everybody.
Exactly.
You tell me this, you tell me this, and I got the knowledge of it, and I was like, So in the midst of working at the post office, I was saving my money from Wendy's because I'm like, for a rainy day. I met a guy up there. I consider him like my brother, and we just have so many like good conversations always about growth, like him helping me helping him, and he drove trucks. So I was like, I think I want to get a truck. And he was like, well, if you get a truck, I'll drive the truck for you. And I'm like, sounds like a plan. So I'm like, okay. I eventually got a truck. The crazy part about it is he knew somebody that was selling a truck. And he was like, well, I'll give it to y'all for a good price. He was like, yeah, that's my sis. And I was like, well, whatever you give it to me for, I appreciate it. He gave it to me for a good price. I bought it cash. And
Wait. This post office money?
post office.
You was saving.
This is Wendy's, post office, all of that saved.
Because you was saving up.
Because I knew that, you always want to save for a rainy day. So I was like, man, I'm just going to take my savings and I'm just going to invest it and hopefully something happens with it,
You took a risk.
I took a risk, a big risk, because I literally cleared out my savings. And then I was just doing the post office. And the little extra I was getting, I was like, okay, I'm going to put this to the side for everything else.
I got a good question.
Yeah.
How did you deal with that? Was there fear? Was there doubt? Was there days, like, I know after you cleared that bank account, you know what I'm saying? Did you start moving like more frugal? Like, what happened after that?
Baby, I had to cross my T's and dot my I's that nothing would go wrong. I'm living check to check because I don't have nothing to lean back on. I just got my checks that I'm making every week, and I got to make sure, because at this point, I'm not even permanent at the post office. You're at the post office, you're considered just regular until you're considered just a regular just carrier until you become on as permanent. So I wasn't even permanent yet. So at
any moment they could be like, we don't need you.
Yeah. Any given moment. I'm just like, God, just listen. Make it through. So I'm living faith. You gotta have faith. And I'm just like, you know what? I just got to do this because I need something to fall back on that's going to keep money keep coming, residual income. I want to be able to say I always got some money coming in that I'm not even thinking about. It's coming. So me and him get together. I was like, okay, bro, you drive the truck for me and I'll make sure I take care of everything else. I got the truck. The truck was good. Now, the process of getting the truck was the hardest part. Not even getting the truck, the process of getting the tags and getting a DOT number and getting the MC number and getting registered to drive in different states. And that was the hardest part. And that was the part that cost more money than anything. I was like,
at any point when you was going through that, was you like, oh man, I don't know.
But I wanted to give up every day, but I'm too far in. Like,
too far. I felt that.
It's like I can't even give up now. I'm too far in. If I turn back now, it's like I never even tried. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like I got to do it. So at this point, I'm like, okay. I was like, bro, if you give me these little extra dollars here, because I need to get the tag, I need to do all this. Now I got to count on favors because I'm empty. So he was like, I got you, sis. So he loaned me some money to get my tags, get everything up and running. So when we got up and running, it was moving smooth. I was able to make all my money back because instead of hiring all these other people, I just researched everything and I learned how to do all the paperwork, everything I need to do, I learned myself.
You already knew how to manage money.
That's it. So it was like, if I cut it here, I could use it there. And it was like, okay, you got to use some of them knowledges, all them things that you used before, you need to use them now.
All your experiences.
You got to. I learned them. I got the truck company up and running. It was lovely. Every week it was a check. It was.
Are you able to say any numbers?
Like randomly on a good week, I would probably bring in $5,000 a week. Ooh. And I would still have to, but the only thing about that is you have to pay for gas. You have to pay the person driving. You have to pay for tolls. All those paid.
Every week?
Every week. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to different states. You got to pay tolls in different states. You got to pay your driver. You got to pay the insurance.
So was you still working at the post office?
At this point, I was still working at the post office. And this was just considered my side hustle because I was a mail carrier. So I was able to book my loads because I'm on the street. I can use my phone while I'm on the street. I had my headphones on. I'm booking loads, trying to find him loads, trying to do all this. And I'm still working at the post office, delivering the mail. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just like, okay, I got to be able to do all of this and still make sure the truck is running. So the truck company was like, my thing was run the truck company and work at the post office. Cause you can't lose. Yeah. I could book my loads at nighttime and in the morning he got a load for the week. I don't have nothing to worry about. So it worked for a little bit. The trucking industry collapsed at one point. The loads weren't paying anymore. So it was like on a week where you think you're making $5,000, you probably making $2,000. But at that point, I had money saved up enough just to say if anything ever happened, I still made money from it. I was still able to pay my brother. And it was like, okay, I got it. So we started doing small loads, something that was just local. And another thing is when you become money hungry, you're never going to succeed in life. Because if the value of $1 manipulates your mind, you're never going to go where you need to go in life. And a lot of people miss that. So I looked at it as I was making extra money, but I didn't want it to look at it as, okay, only thing I want to have is the money that's coming in it. Because it could be here today, going tomorrow. And that's exactly what happened with it. The trucking industry was so good. Loads were paying. But little did you know, it turned around so fast. So it was like I had loads running, and then the truck kept breaking down, and I'm like, oh, you got to pay for maintenance.
She was facing challenges. So how did, I know there was a point in time where you're like, oh, like, why does keep, like, how did you go through that? Because now, was you still at the post office at this
Still
time?
at the post office. Because I never get, the post office was always my way of saying, if anything ever happened, I got the post office. But it was so challenging. It was like, I done put all this money in, and I haven't received all the money back yet. Because we're only talking about at least 5-6 months in. And the money you spent in 5-6 months, you're not going to make it back that fast. Because like I said, you got to pay for gas. You got to pay for so many things. So when the money, it looks big, but it's not big. It's not big when you got to pay out so many times expenses. And then it got overwhelming where the post office was working me 12 to 15 hours a day. And I'm still trying to, my brother called me at 3 o'clock. I got a flat tire. I'm on the side of the road. I got to call to get the truck towed. I'm like, I can't do this. So I eventually hired a broker to book my loads for me. So she was booking my loads for me. So it relieved a lot of stress for me because I didn't have a lot of things to try to worry about. I just had to, now I have to pay her. But I was trying to save all the money as possible so I wouldn't have to pay so many people. But eventually I had to delegate somebody to do it because it was too much.
Do you feel like because I had a millionaire call me and be like, you're being too cheap, you're not paying people. And he was like, pay them on an 8 day so that way you know that money always circulate. But my question is that do you feel like trying to, and talk to me about this, do you feel like trying to like hold on and not pay people is what's going to stop you from growing? Because it seems like once you start paying people, you get more money to come in.
Absolutely. I'm not going to lie. I feel like once you start taking a lot of that extra stress off of you, the business prospers. Because it's like the little things that you're worrying about, you shouldn't have to worry about. The thing is, do you rather pay somebody a couple of dollars to do it and you have no stress, or you're stressed about it and the money is sitting there and you're not even seeing the money because you're using it for something that you didn't have? You could, if I trust somebody with a job, I'm going to give them everything. I want you to do everything. So anything ever comes up, guess what? You're in charge of it. I don't have anything to worry about. But if I have to worry about your job, my job, this person's job, I'm going to be too stressed to worry about the outcome. So it's like, it's too much on you every day to try to do everything. Sometimes you need help. You know what I'm saying? You may not feel like you don't, but sometimes you need somebody to do something for you because it becomes a lot when you're trying to run a whole business by yourself. It's a lot.
They say you're not a boss if you don't have employees too.
You not. What you mean? I'm finna sit here and I'm just gonna do all the work? No. I'm gonna delegate somebody real fast to do it.
Wow. So now, because I know you gotta go soon. So
no, you fine. They pushed it to 7.
Okay. So now let's go into when you, I guess, took a break from trucks and when you started, like, come on, girl, because I'm trying to get to the
nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So,
how you started, how did you get into the hair? Like, how did that happen?
Okay, so I got into the hair when the truck just was giving me too much stress. I was like, okay, I can't do this. I need another way of income.
Let it go.
I let it go. I'm like, I need another way of income. I can't look at the money that I used to get from. I got to look at something else. So I'm like, what else can I do to try to like get out there and do something? So I love getting my hair done. So that was something I was just like, might be good. And my best friend was like, well, just try it. You know what I'm saying? I met this guy named Ronnie. And Ronnie, he's somebody he's a go-getter. I mean, he doesn't sleep. He doesn't eat if it's not about hair. All he talks about is hair all day. So when I eventually met him, I used to just buy the hair from him. And he was like, you should start your own business. And, he pushed that in me. He was like, just try it and see where it goes. And I was like, not my lane. Because I don't like to talk to people. I like to be behind the scenes. So I eventually, he gave me some hair. And he was like, well, you know what? Let me be a blessing to you. This is his favorite word. I'm going to bless you. I'm going to be a blessing. So I said, okay. So he was like, well, I got some hair here that I can give to you. And you just, sell it, create your flyers, do what you do, and make money off of it. And I was like, well, I would feel right if, I give you something from it. I don't want to just take a bag and, you know what I'm saying? So I was still working at the post office. So I was like, okay. So I created a business and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to see where it goes. And I was just playing with it. And I started selling hair, and I wasn't too dedicated in it. It was like supposed to be my little side hustle. And you know, I would get, you know what I'm saying? I would get a lot of people that would actually, you know, they would want to do it. And it was like, okay, so people would buy from me, and people that I didn't even know. And the crazy part about it is strangers will support you more than people the closest to you. So it was like,
why is that though? Why?
I honestly feel like family and everything, they'll support you when it's beneficial to them. If it's not beneficial to them, they're not supporting you. But a stranger from the outside, if they see you hustling more, they're going to support you and step out and say, what is she doing? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because when family needs you, they know how to call you. But friends and people from the outside, if they see you hustling, they see you trying to make something out of yourself, they will step out on faith and say, hey, what you need? How can I help you? Let me purchase this from you. You know what I'm saying? And I had a lot of people from the outside support that, people that I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just stepping out on something, trying something different to see where it goes. And it was like, okay. And I'm in South Carolina doing this, and I still got family back home in, you know, Miami. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this is dope. This is nice. And it was just like, okay. So we continue. I started to do it. I was selling the hair. I liked it. It was just like a little extra income, and it was doing what it needed to do. So eventually,
Wait. So you said you started off selling the hair on the side, and it was doing what it needed to do. What did that mean?
I was making money off of it, and I was like.
So he gave you the bag like a damn drug dealer.
Yeah.
Gave you the bag and say, sell it, flip it. And how long did it take you to flip it?
It probably took me 2 months to flip that bag. But I had over probably like 80 units. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you know what I'm saying?
Like well over, like.
That was well over some thousands. Way some thousands. I'm like talking about probably over 5,000. You know what I'm saying? So it was like somebody giving you $5,000. Here you go. Make something happen out of it. And I'm like, okay.
Anybody else would have been lazy and been like, man, anybody finna buy this.
This and, you know what I'm saying?
But in your mind, because you were a customer, you knew that there was customers out there.
That would buy it.
I feel like sometimes, and this may be where I'm at too, I feel like sometimes our limitations is we think that somebody not going to support it. Or we think that people not going to show up. But it's like you got people who have lesser quality that's having thousands of people show up. So do you feel like that's just like a mindset thing?
I feel like that is a mindset. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, do what you gotta do. Cause this getting good. This right here, this getting. I got a lot of respect for her. So keep going.
He, like I said, he gave me the bag, and I sold it, and he was like, wow, you really sold it. So meeting him, he was real standoffish, and he wasn't like a really friendly person at all. I would come to the shop every day, and you know, he first of all, he was selling out of his van. Wait. Yeah.
Wait. Come on, because we're gonna need you for this part.
Yeah.
Right? So
okay.
Because she not realizing she kind of glossing over some parts. She said this man was selling out of his van.
Okay.
So let them know how much of a hustler this man is, because these people need to understand the emphasis of hustle.
So the guy Ronnie, he was originally selling out of his van. That was his go-to. Like, people will pull up on him like it's a trap to buy hair.
And you said he was making thousands a day.
Thousands a day. That's when we were in the COVID. So it was like people had all type of money just to spend. They were spending money, getting checks, and just blowing it. PPPs, all type of crazy stuff going on. So people were just spending money like crazily. And but he was just a natural born hustler. You would pull up on him. He was like, hey, pull up at Home Depot. He would be outside of Home Depot in the parking lot selling his hair. He was cool with the managers. They was okay. And he was just doing his number. And he was just fine with that.
Wow.
So eventually, like I said, we sat down, we talked about a lot of things, and he was just he's a big motivator. Like, he always, anybody he encounters, anybody he encounters, he wants them to be on a whole nother level. He lives in a different world. if you ask me. And I tell him this all the time because we're living day to day. He's living for next year already. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's already planning his life for next year, what can happen. And I love that about him because it's like, when I hear about a man selling hair, the first thing I'm like, a man selling hair. And his story behind it is because his wife lost hair.
Wow.
And he got into it because he used to buy her hair. And he just started selling hair and it just blew up, during that pandemic.
Hold on. So his wife lost hair?
She lost hair.
She
had like
lupus?
No, she had a form of cancer that caused her to lose her hair. And in order to, make her feel better, he started to buy wigs so she could wear it so she could still feel, beautiful.
Y'all see how a situation that seems like the end is what births the new. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's why he has such a passion. He had a purpose for it. So that's why it's like, if y'all don't have a purpose for it, just don't even. Like, if it's not something that you really want to do, don't even. Real quick, before you finish, somebody said, how you stay consistent in something you didn't really see going anywhere or have much passion in. First of all, did you see it not going anywhere? Like, or what?
I mean, I felt like it was something I wanted to do, but my dream has always been to be like, I love manager work. I love to be managing businesses. So I'm just like, what am I going to get out of selling hair? Like, what am I going to get out of it? So I was like, you know what? Let me stick through. And I think what really motivated me the most to keep going was him. Every day he would have something positive to say. Some days I woke up and I'm just like, oh, I got to get up, go to the post office. And what's the crazy part about it is I delivered mail to this man's house every day and didn't know who he was. The same guy I'm talking about, Ronnie. I was his mail lady and didn't know who he was until we got connected. And he was like, I got to go to the post office and pick up a package. And I said, oh, I can stop by the post office and pick it up for you. And I was like, where you stay at? And he told me the area he stayed at. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? I deliver over here. And he was like, really? And he told me the address. I was like, oh, wow, I could pick up your package for you. So I picked it up for him, and it was crazy because how I didn't even know he stayed over there. I didn't know who he was, and it was like I was your mail lady, and then we just so happened to connect. I mean, you connect with so many people in different ways, and you don't even know how you're really connected to them. You know what I'm saying? I deliver your mail. That's something you want every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
hold on. Let me know. Can y'all hear me? Are y'all able to hear me? Testing. Let me know. Can y'all hear me? Am I low? We just trying to figure this out. Can y'all hear me? Am I low? Do I sound okay? Let me know. I'm trying to figure this out. Am I low? Do I sound okay? Come on, y'all. I need y'all help. Okay, they can hear me. Okay. Go ahead.
So like I said, we got connected. And like I said, he was just selling hair, and that was just what he did. And at that point, I started working with him, and I was like, well, we need to do stuff a little bit more business minded. You know what I'm saying? So, he eventually came inside the shop when my best friend sells clothes, and he was like, well, we're going to rent out the room back there. And I was like, okay, that's fine. We'll rent out the room. We'll set it up like shop. So it won't seem like you're just out there hustling. So he hold
on. First of all, he was making millions.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was making millions doing this.
And this was just what he loved to do. So he loved what he did, and he used to so he came in the store, and he would still sell outside. And the story is so amazing because he was in the store with us, but he would set up outside and sell with a tent and a table, and he would have people come through like it was a drive-through, and they would just drive up next to him. What you need? He would run inside and get it, come back out. And I'm like, you working so backwards. But it was in him. That's just the drive he had in him. And I mean, the man worked 7 days a week, 8:30 to 5 every day, and that was his schedule. 5 o'clock, he was out the door. But 8:30, he was there sharp. 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, no days off. And it was just, Every day you talk to him, it was a new story with him. He just loved what he do. And so eventually, you know, the business started picking up more because he was at a location. So, you know, more people take you more serious when they see you more business minded. Eventually he got more business minded. Things started increasing. Money started growing, the business started flourishing. And you know, what comes with that is a lot of people that don't like it. You know, so you run into people all the time that's just looking at you like, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? And one thing we call ourselves is the triple threat, because it's three of us. My best friend, him and me. And we work together like it's no tomorrow. She sell clothes, we sell hair. It works together perfectly fine.
Wait. So is this the best friend that told you to move?
Yes. Yeah. So she was a stay-at-home wife, and she decided to, you know, open a business. And it was just something that, you know, she wanted to do. And she just, you know, got up one day and said, you know what, I'm going to open a business. And it's the number one boutique in South Carolina right now. The biggest boutique in South Carolina. And we sell hair there. And that just made us just want to do something different. When you're working with a whole bunch of like-minded people, it drives you to be better. It really drives you to be better.
So it's about who you around. And this is $1 million. So when did y'all hit that $1 million mark? Was that last year? Was that?
That was last year with pandemic year, when the pandemic was really bad. So that was actually year before last.
And y'all still just growing.
Elevating. The company is just growing like every day. It's something different. Hair is something that's like, it's the norm. Everybody loves hair. You want to wake up and you want to look beautiful. It's something that's just going to help you, you know, enhance your beauty. So the numbers have just been growing like crazy because we just implement so many different things. Like, he's more of a hustler. I'm more of a business person. So you won't see me a lot, but you'll know that I'm behind something.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Do y'all feel like y'all, because I heard this from Milan De Rhodes, something like that. She said that always having something new is what allowed the sales to go. So did y'all always have like a new style, like every week or so, or like how did that work?
So, well, our styles always stayed the same, but we eventually started adding new textures. We were just selling straight body wave, deep wave, water wave. Being a woman, I'm always going to try something different. Him being a man, he doesn't know those type of things. So when he talks to me, it's just like, okay, what's new? Like, we need a new curl pattern. Well, we need something because the girls are getting tired of wearing the same thing. So we need something different. And
how often y'all put something different in?
we try, it's only so much you can do with hair. So it's like you only limited to so many things, but it's like with the hair industry growing so many with different tape-ins, and it's a big, so much hair you can just add, but it's like we stick to what we know because we know what's going to sell. You know what I'm saying? When you start tapping into different things and you don't really know the story behind them, then you're tapping into another territory. You don't know if you're going to make money. You don't want to invest it if you're not, you know that nothing's going to come in return. So we try not to invest in things that we don't know is going to be here longevity. Things change all the time. Tape-ins is something that people like now, but we don't know in 2 years if they're going to like it. Wigs are something that's been around since our grandmas. You know what I'm saying? So people are always going to wear wigs. They're just better quality wigs than we used to have back then. So it was like, being from Miami, you see a lot of different things. Vending machines. That was our first thing. In Miami, you see a lot of girls with vending machines with lashes and all of those little trinkets in it. I was like, why don't we put hair in vending machines? We close at 5 o'clock. That's our thing. God doesn't allow us to work past 5. And that's a model we stand on.
Okay, hold on. Talk. Holy shit. Talk about that now. Where did that come from? Like, hold on.
So 5 o'clock is our cutoff time. We feel like anything come after 5 o'clock comes with problems because our customers are our customers. We know our customers. They don't come with problems. They don't come with extra headaches. They come with what they want when they want it. That's it. We know them. Social media is a big platform for us on Facebook. Instagram, we tapped into it just recently. Because we know that's a different whole nother world. But Facebook was our main go-to. And like I said, I was just sitting down talking to him and I said, we need to try something different that's going to bring people in here to make them think. Because at 5 o'clock, I don't want to talk to anybody about hair. I don't. Because if I've been talking to you since 8:30, it's like at 5 o'clock, let's cut it off. But it's a lot of money to be made after 5 because a lot of people get off at 5 o'clock. So they can't make us at 5.
So what did y'all do?
we implemented the hair in vending machines. So it just makes it so easier for people after 5 o'clock. You need hair? We got a vending machine that sells the exact hair. It vends it out like candy. You know, like a kid. You put your card in. The only thing is it doesn't take cash. So we basically created a machine with our logos on it, everything, that is actually wrapped in our logo. And in the inside of the vending machine is the actual hair. So it's crazy because it falls out like candy. You put a card in, you select the number, it tells you the price, and it processes it, and it comes through.
Okay. So when did you? So were you working those 2 jobs, and when did you decide to quit your post office?
At this point, I was still working at the post office, but I was still like, I would work at the post office, and then I would come to the shop after I got off at the post office, and I would still help if it was hours left. Some days I wouldn't get there till 5, and he was gone. Some days I would get there like 3, so I would have like 2 hours to work, and you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Work with him, and we work on something different. So I was really just still focusing, because at this time I'm saying, this could be the future, but I don't know if it's gonna be my future, but I still, whenever I'm dedicated to something, I put it all in, regardless if I know how the outcome is gonna be, because you never know where it's gonna take you. So I was still working with him like this is what's gonna be my future. I'm gonna be working with you. This is what I'm gonna do.
What's your birthday?
September 11th, 1991.
9/11.
Yeah. So it was
4 life path. She's a 4 life path, born on the 11th day. She's a Virgo. So her being a 4 plus a Virgo lets you already know what's going on.
Virgo. So Virgo. It's crazy. For my birthday, I had balloons that said Virgo.
Virgo?
Yeah. Virgo. Yeah.
Because what I tell. That's what I'm talking about.
They know the vibes. So we did the vending machines. I was still working at the post office. The vending machines, they really, really, really did numbers. Because after 5 o'clock, customers from 5 to 7. Are you able to give us any? What?
Are you able to? You ain't gotta say the exact number, but just give these people a vibe. Like, let these niggas know you making money.
A machine averagely. I would say a machine averagely, and we started with 2 machines. I would say that, and now we're at 10 machines. Each machine can hold up to 10 products. The average cost of an item in a machine starts at $200.
Oh!
So each machine will averagely make you probably like $600 a day. So 600 times 10 machines. And that's on a weekly basis.
And y'all ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
They not doing nothing. They took their work income, invested in a passive income. Yeah. Keep going, girl.
So the machines, they do all the work. For the most part, we don't really have to. And then through the day, like, we have customers that don't even want to talk to us. They go to the vending machines. The vending machine is going to give you the same product I'm going to give you. So it just all makes sense. And I mean, being in business, you have to always think of a way, what's next, what to do next. Like, because the generations to come are going to be totally different from the generations we started from. So you got to adapt to what's new. The new generation, they want convenience. So if it's convenient, they want it. So that's the only different thing with our generation and newer generation. And I mean, I've been working with Ronnie for like going on 3 years now, and it's been the best experience because the money has increasingly increased. The machines have been doing numbers. Now we're getting ready to open up a salon location where we're going to put the machines in there, because with the machines, Didn't you
have a billboard?
Oh, we had a billboard.
She had a billboard.
Me and my best friend, we collabed together and we put a billboard up. And believe it or not, a lot of people be like, oh, advertisement. Advertisement works.
Do y'all do Google ads or anything? Facebook ads or anything like that?
We started doing the Facebook ads. The Facebook ads was doing numbers, but I feel like it has to be a continuous thing. You can't do it 1 month and just be like, I'm not going to do it next month. You got to continuously do it. Because if you want to grasp those people's attention all the time, you got to always be on a month-to-month type of thing. You can't just do it and stop, because people are going to forget. Out of sight, out of mind. So you got to continuously do it with the Facebook ads.
So wait, real quick. So if you had to give me some advice on, like, this is what I feel like, and straight from your intuition, you ain't even got to know what's going on. If you feel like straight from your intuition, what do you feel like could be something that I need to hear to transform my business and what I got going on?
I would say never settle. Never stop where you at and don't think you have room to grow. Some people get complacent and they feel like, oh, I've done enough. You never done enough. You're never going to be where you want to be in life until you step out of your comfort zone. When you're comfortable, that's a problem. You have to always be uncomfortable in order to know that you're growing. Because some of us, we get content with, oh, I'm making this certain amount, I'm making this certain amount. It's never enough. You know what I'm saying? Growth comes with lifestyles. Lifestyle come with money. So you have to, in order to keep going and getting to the next level, you have to never settle. It's always somebody out there who's doing the same thing as you, but how are you going to do it better? You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to say, okay, I want to be different. I want to stand out. I want to do something different in order to set yourself apart. If you don't set yourself apart, you're going to look like the same person. You're going to always, oh, that's just, you're going to keep scrolling. What's going to be different from you than the next person selling hair or the next person doing music? How are you going to stand out? So never settle and feel like you've done enough. You've never done enough. It's always room for growth.
My brain.
Telling you.
Ooh. So now, what's next? Like, how do you not stay comfortable? Because it's easy for y'all to get comfortable. You say it's a multi-million-dollar business. Like, how do you not stay comfortable, and what's the next step?
Because one thing a lot of people do and they don't realize is when you're selling products, you have to always present the best of the best. So it's always something that's going to be better that you can always invest in. And when you're making money, you have to invest back in your business. A lot of people don't invest back in their business. They make the money and they spend the money. No. If you see $1, that means because you haven't invested back in your business. You know what I'm saying? When you invest in your business, the money is the products. You get what I'm saying?
What if I am the business?
So if you're the business, to invest in yourself, how can you become better? Like, you know what I'm saying? The products that you're using. You know what I'm saying? Every year we get a new iPad this, iPhone this. We're getting a new this, iComputer this. We're getting a new watch this. We're getting things in order to, because if you're the business, then how are you going to another thing is take time for yourself. Because sometimes business owners, you guys be so trapped up in what's next, what's going to happen. Sometimes you need a day to just reset. Because some days you're just always on go and you don't know when to just sit back and say, okay, I need to reset.
See.
I need to regain focus.
I'm going to say something, right? I feel like I was at that, just the 28th, right? The 28th was an 8/28 day, which was great for money. And usually, I'm on it. But my body was so tired. And I was like, I want to prove something to myself that I'm not a slave to that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I am going to sit down today. I was like, I'm going to sit there. And there's a placement called your Venus sign. And my Venus is in Virgo. So anything that I love, I get very super critical about. I get analytical. So my music, I love it. My work, I love it. So I get super critical about it. And it pained me to sit down. I was like, I'm tired, but I hate the fact that I'm sitting down, but I feel like I need to prove something to myself to see that I am not a slave to this and this does not run me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Do you ever have moments where you you do that for yourself? I see you travel a lot, you vacation a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I take at least one vacation every quarter. So I take at least 4 major vacations a year. And I take those because those are my times to reset. I have to reset and I have to regain focus and I have to remember why I'm able to take a vacation. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm working, when it's time to take a vacation, some people are not able to. So the fact that I'm able to, that means I'm working and I'm able to take a vacation. So now when I'm on vacation, my next plan is when I come back, what am I going to do different in order to make sure I can take another vacation in the next 4 months? You get what I'm saying? Yep. So you have to always just sometimes sit back and you have to realize, even with Ronnie, it's like he doesn't take vacations. We're open 365 days of the year. Every day is a work day. We don't take days off. Chris, but y'all have a strict schedule. He leaves at 5. We leave at 5. But we're working 7 days a week and we're open 365 days out the year. We're open.
So now, because I want to get to because I still want to talk to you off camera.
Yeah.
So now that you said all of that, I want to ask you, what advice would you give to yourself or what advice would you give to 23, 22, 21, 20-year-olds that are looking to really build a life for themselves with the things that you're talking about that you've experienced?
I would tell you, you got to be dedicated.
Tell them.
Yeah. I would tell y'all, you got to be dedicated. You got to stay consistent, because a lot of people, they feel like it's just supposed to fall in the palm of their hands. It doesn't work like that. Some days you're going to have sleepless days, sleepless nights. You're going to have days you don't know if you're coming or going. But in order to get to where you want to go, you got to be able to stay consistent. You got to stay dedicated. Some days you have to realize that going out to a party is not what you need to do. I need to be here. I need to be focusing on what the purpose of what I'm trying to do. I want my business to grow. What am I going to do different to make my business grow? And a lot of the time, it's the people we surround ourselves with, because at a young age, I wasn't thinking about running a business or doing something different on my own. I was just thinking what the typical person do. Go to school, get a degree. Okay, degree don't work. Let me just work, make a job, pay bills. You know what I'm saying? But in order for you to get to where you want to be, sometimes you have to, it comes with dedication. Mm-hmm. It comes with hard work. It comes with some days that you don't know, you got to take yourself away from the world. You have to just focus on what you're trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? Some days I sit in the house and I just think. I just
That's
like,
facts.
you just got to think like, oh, what's next? What am I going to do? It comes with that. And it just takes time. It's never going to happen overnight.
So now I'm gonna ask you, because I feel like sometimes they learn from me so much that they get like used to me. Can you just explain to people, this is your first time coming to my place. Can you explain to people what it's like to kind of see, like, you know, when I remember when I came to your house and I was like, I need to get my own place. Like,
yeah,
I was like, I was like, I need to get my own place. Like, I was staying with my mom. Like, can you tell these people, like you seen it, like just to tell these people, especially what you was feeling outside with the yachts?
Baby, listen, this is hard work, because like I said, we live with each other, so we know where we came from. We know what we had to work and get. You know what I'm saying? We know what was given to us, what wasn't given to us. So to step out on faith and just say, you know what, I got my own. This is what it is. It's different. I walked into Ori's place today and I was like, you're really grown. It amazes me, because I know Ori from here. So it's just like, you're grown. You have your own place. This type of lifestyle is different. And this motivates me. You get what I'm saying? Because I came here
I needed to hear that.
And listen, and I'm walking by water what I can touch. South Carolina, I don't even have water that I can touch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to be able to get up every day and look at this view, this shows that you done something in life that was correct. You know what I'm saying? It shows that, you know, your hard work has not go unrecognized, because some people are dreaming to live this lifestyle. Some people are dreaming to turn the keys to their own door. You know what I'm saying? Just to be able to turn your keys to your own house.
Child, hold on. My thing don't even got keys. My thing
Right.
don't even got keys.
Thank you. It's like, are you serious? And in order to create a lifestyle that you want, it comes with a lot of, this motivated me coming to see Ori. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Because I was leaving my grandma's house and I'm like, let me call Ori. Ori's pull up. I'm pulling up on Ori. Just to walk outside and look at the view and see that you worked for this. Everything you walked in here, you could say, I paid for it myself. Hard work and dedication. You know what I'm saying? People dream for type of lifestyle like this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's only room for growth. You know what I'm saying? This is a stepping stone. This is a huge stepping stone. Let me say that. Because you're not meeting nobody Ori this age living like this. So it's just like, this is big. It's big. And you got to appreciate this. Because a lot of people look at it and they be like, oh, that's the average. That's not average. Baby, it's not average. I'm telling you, it's not average.
I needed to hear that, because sometimes, I won't lie, I be so focused on the next thing that I don't realize what I've already accomplished. Because I just be so like, and I'm sure you be the same way. Yeah. I just be so like, what's the next thing? How do I? Because we don't want to get comfortable. Like, it's almost like we look at this stuff, we like, yeah, I know, but shit, I don't want to lose it. I'm trying to go more, so I can't even like look at it too much. You know what I'm saying? So but thank you for coming on to here and spreading some game for my people. They needed to hear this shit, man. I felt like I needed to hear this shit. Everybody needed to get their ass up. You feel me? Yeah. And this put a battery in my back. I'm definitely gonna be giving you some more calls. Like, I gotta talk to more like-minded people like this.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead, tell everybody where we can find you, your Instagram, your business Instagram, everything.
Alrighty, you guys can find me on Instagram at missmz.pettybetty, PETTYBETTY. Kind of confused, y'all. Miss Petty Betty. You guys can find our business page at Intimate Elements, Instagram at Intimate Elements. You guys can find Facebook. You guys can search Ronnie Dozier, RONNIE. Last name Dozier, DOZIER. Follow us, Intimate Elements. Our webpage.
Y'all need to hire me for marketing.
Oh, definitely. We
y'all
do.
Need to hire me for marketing.
We do.
Y'all need to hire me for marketing. We'll get y'all Facebook page together.
All of that, right? That's what we need. You guys follow us.
All right, y'all. We love you guys.